bus riders, and I just literally mean there's a list, and we're going to get that list up, but y'all know who you are. You either go back and forth, we're talking in the comments, you did dropping reaction or dropping links, or just on my personal line, and we're going back and forth in the real world. I do have to share because Pam was giving me some. Pam, longtime bus rider. She might just sit in the middle and keep her mouth shut sometimes, but she's there. And she was giving me some congrats, and I got to get a smoke. Hold on. Oh, I kind of feel bad. I was looking to get this clip, but I want to explain how yesterday went. So, the day before, I called a job from the newspaper, and I left a message. And I was like, hey, this is this and this and this. I'm ready for success. And I was all really upbeat in the message. I filled out the application. I started the interview. And I honestly should, I will redo this with the clip. Because this is what happened. I sat down. He looked at my app. We talked for 5 minutes. He said, can I show you something? I'm like, yeah, sure. He shows me a pitch of a car salesman. Hey, come on down to Brooklyn Center. We got the best deals in town. $59.95. You take this Chevette home today. And sure enough, he then plays me the recorded voicemail. He had saved his voicemail that I left him. And he plays that back for me. And that was a done deal. Never in my life have I really had someone who go, yeah, I want a guy on that message to work for me. So not only am I going to let him teach me how to close, because I referenced, y'all think I'm a goofball? You have no idea. I told them about the CEO for Best Buy. I told them the story, and it didn't even come out good. Because the regional GM, he wanted me to grovel for $20, and I forgot to tell him the punchline. I mixed two stories together, so I'll share it here for the bus riders. So in the interview, I even told him, I said, I had some success. 3 Black Fridays, 2 years at Best Buy. I left Best Buy with the audio department in Apple Valley being 1, 1, and 1. Had promoted Nick and I was a team, but Nick and I had promoted 3 or 4 managers already had been able to move up because they left us alone. Not a single manager helped us do a thing. But Nick and I together sold 3 plasmas on a day when they were still $5,000 a piece, and we couldn't get anybody to look at a picture. And all the salespeople, nah, I can't sell it. And I said, you need a picture to sell that TV? Let's show you how it's done. Because I didn't work on commission, I could come up with all kinds of interesting deals. And I was like, hey, you want the TV. You really think this middle of the line Sony was, basically as good as it gets without too many bells and whistles that no one needs? I said, value, bang for the buck. You telling me the picture is going to sell you on it? Not the brand, not everything else? And I'll let you talk to someone else for service. I won't even mention it. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Just started selling them. So, long story short, this GM throws money down. And I wouldn't grovel for it. And I said, I work for my paycheck. I don't work for tips or tricks. He instantly asked to change gears. He gets a bunch of kids to grovel for the money to make his point about hustling, which I felt was really the wrong point to be. He misunderstood. I wasn't the best because I hustled. I was the best because I didn't lie. I made friends with my customers as quickly as I could. And if it turns out I'm the kind of person that offends you and I could see it in your eyes, I had someone to kiss your ass and jump up in your wallet. So I knew how to trade off anything problematic to a shark. And he went in for the kill. So most people felt treated with respect. A couple of people got the exact ass kissing they wanted, and Nick was good at that. He's the one who got all the money to get the films made, and without Nick, I wouldn't have been, the producer of the Godfather saga wouldn't have watched me act if it wasn't for Nick. So even though the movie didn't make it, I mean, I got to be in a movie and act, and famous, oof. Hopefully they weren't all island-dwelling dudes. But I got to, see famous people. So when, I said, I don't do that. I just work for integrity, dude. That's why I'm the best. Then, coming back because he thought I was a smartass, well, there's got to be something you don't know, right. Basically I'm a know-it-all at this point. The interview yesterday, guys, like, that was your last day. And I'm like, no, not at all. I was doing way too well. They weren't going to get rid of me, but they wanted to bridle me. And so he was going to teach me a lesson because I wouldn't jump for the money. And he's going to teach me something there on the spot. So I said, I didn't mince no words. I said, could you tell me how to sell the service? What can I tell the customer about the service that literally has no benefit to them? That only benefits us, the company. What can I tell them that's not a lie? Do you think he had an answer? No. Because, see, that's what they were paying those kids to grovel and jump for money. And then was to repeat mantras and lie to customers. I couldn't do it. And all I had to do was tell the truth and became the best in the store. Hey, so I believe, and I wasn't this arrogant. I was a lot more scared. Yeah, I get nervous because here I'm just talking to a camera. And in the comments, if I got super scared, I could just ignore the comments, right? So there's a separation from me and the bus riders, even the bus riders who I got nothing but, hearts for. That's why I'm sitting here running my mouth. I'll wrap it up. It took me longer to tell this story than the interview lasted yesterday. I think he wants to cultivate my rhetoric, my ability to speak, the pitch. And the truth is, I don't want to give my back up no more. So I'm not going to do that. I went to a temp agency just the other day, and I don't even want to finish the onboarding because they were more concerned about updated this, that. And I walked into the back office where I work, and I saw someone wearing I Like Hot Mom's shirt. I'm pretty sure I'm going to wear this on Monday. And I might have to add that attitude. As I was saying, I brought up Glenn Ross during my interview. I said, if someone could show me how to close, so I know how to connect. But there's people out there who have been telling me about this, like making the channel pay off. That's tough for me because I'm not a closer. I'm a connector. And if Nick didn't move on with his life, get married, have kids, and God bless him for it all, and I had someone like his finisher pitch to my random chaos, wow, I can't even imagine. We were going to take that little act to colleges and then talk about how we got our film, or how he got how we got the film made for hardly no money, and it looked like a damn Hollywood production. It was all very cool. So, long story short, 40 seconds to go. I've never had anything that good happen to me in an interview ever. So it turns out that maybe 2 years on the channel of being able to channel the inner Carnival Sideshow Barker. Come on down and see the oddities. Hear the ramblings. Listen to the rants. Watch the reactions. And come back tomorrow. I'm going to turn it into something. I'm going to go for high end. I don't think I'm better than other people, but But I'm willing to sit through the no's to start getting the yeses. If I can build relationships and then get my book built, yeah. Yeah, this would be a life-changing experience for me. I wouldn't give up the channel for it for anything. But then maybe I'll learn how to turn the channel into a profitable endeavor too. And, well, I'll start getting what we want. Well, if this all works out, we'll all get what we want. That I know. Because I share the path. It ain't no different than the cooking, right? I was making rant videos for Lexi within the first 3 weeks because I got tired of covering other people's bases and playing the poor me checkbox bullshit game. I'm going in to win. I really am. So, yeah, that is the deal about yesterday. That's how it went down. No, I don't believe I'm going to be a suit and tie guy at all. It appears my cubicle could probably look like this from what I observed. I walked through the back room already because I went in the wrong door. That's the universe. Just so you know, I'm positive that's how the universe leads me that way. Because the guy with the t-shirts who met me at the door and seeing at least 2 cubicles hooked up with swag and hearing rock and roll playing through the speakers really let me know I could show up there every morning. While I'm training, I can talk about this. I can share what I do. So, my goodness, if it's a coworker, hey, coworker, this is how it went. If you're any of the ladies that were sitting in the office, am I lying? I mean, I'm pretty sure he played that. Within 5 minutes, he played the one clip, played that recording, and it was a done deal. He said, make sure your wife agrees. And I didn't lecture him about the wife. I just said, yeah, I mean, she's important. And I talked to her, and I talked to Ange about it. We went back and forth, and first deal's closed. I got hired. Second deal comes Monday morning at 10 a.m., onboarding. Now, I called for firemen. You get the sticker. You give the fireman some money, and you get a sticker, and it's a big scam. I called that one day and quit as soon as I sold one because I didn't like it. This seems more like building a relationship, not being an a-hole. And I can do that. So I will share it with the channel the whole way. I got more reactions to come. But there is just, for everybody, I know Korean K-pop probably isn't our thing. But someone requested this golden hate everything. And I think the reaction turned out really fun and cool for what it is. Just your standard, I miss my girlfriend stuff. But there are some moments in there. Scorpions in Trance, Diana Antkanova, The Day You with Brandon Stone, that was very nice. And they got other stuff after that. So, but I really interested to see how the one goes. So it should be cool. And that's it. Bus riders, core supporters of the channel. Eventually we'll have all the names from Patreon, and I'm gonna get a credit roll for names because I'm shit with names, and trust me, I should just be naming off everybody right now. You'll be the judge if I can handle the new job and the channel. I'm gonna try to build up videos over the next couple days, so there's at least content, so we don't just go with nothing. But it's gonna, be that weird. I'll be jumping around because who knows how I'll upload them. I'm so much more comfortable just doing them, uploading them, and it is what it is. I might have to start doing more lives, like come home from work, go live with a certain theme, and then in the morning do managerial stuff where I figure out what reactions, what songs will actually get through, so it could, so it could all work out. So there we go. And like a shareholders meeting on the back of the bus, and I didn't even dome it up the whole time. because that's not what everyone's here for. Some of the bus riders just getting a ride and having a good trip. Not everyone's in the back of the bus getting stoned.